A man buys the exact car he always dreamed of. 6 months later, he barely notices it in his own driveway. This isn't a story about bad decisions. It's a story about a switch inside your brain that quietly resets itself every single time you get what you want. We think buying things will change how we feel. New phone, new clothes, new car, new house. And for a moment, it does change how we feel. Then something strange happens. The feeling fades, not slowly, fast, sometimes in days, sometimes in hours. And you're left standing next to the thing you wanted so badly, wondering why it feels so ordinary now. Most people think the problem is that they bought the wrong thing. So they buy again. A better version, a bigger size, a newer model. And the same thing happens. The excitement arrives, then leaves, like a guest who never planned to stay. This is one of the most expensive misunderstandings in modern life, and almost nobody is taught to see it. Psychologists have a name for this reset switch. They call it hedonic adaptation. Your brain has a baseline level of happiness, and no matter what happens to you, good or bad, your brain works hard to pull you back to that baseline. Win the lottery, and within a year, your happiness often returns close to where it started. Lose the use of your legs in an accident. And many people, remarkably, also return close to their old baseline over time. Your brain isn't built to keep you thrilled. It's built to keep you stable. So think about what that means for buying things. The new car isn't broken. Your excitement system is doing exactly what it evolved to do. It notices the new thing, spikes with pleasure, and then quietly files it under normal. That's not a flaw. That's the same mechanism that once helped early humans survive by not staying satisfied for too long. So they kept hunting, kept building, kept improving their circumstances instead of sitting still. But companies figured out this switch decades before psychologists gave it a name. Look at how Apple releases a new iPhone every single year. Not because the old one stopped working, because Apple understands something most of us don't say out loud. The joy of owning something fades, but the joy of getting something new never really does. So instead of trying to make you happy with one perfect product forever, they keep the reset button working in their favor, releasing something new right as your excitement about the last thing quietly fades. Subscription businesses figured out something even smarter. Netflix doesn't sell you one great night of entertainment. It sells you a stream of small resets. One new show, one new season, one autoplay episode after another. So the dip in excitement never has time to fully arrive. Here's where it gets uncomfortable. If pleasure from buying things fades this fast, why do we keep chasing it? Because the moment right before the purchase feels different from the moment after. Anticipation lights up the brain's reward system more powerfully than actually having the thing. Researchers studying dopamine, the brain chemical tied to motivation and reward, have found it often spikes higher while we're anticipating a reward than when we actually receive it. That's why scrolling for the perfect pair of shoes can feel more exciting than wearing them a month later. You're not really addicted to owning things. You're addicted to the chase. Retailers know this instinctively, even if they've never read a psychology journal. Limited time offers, countdown timers, only 3 left in stock. These aren't just marketing tricks. They're designed to stretch out that anticipation high for as long as possible, because that's the part of buying that actually feels good. Now here's the twist most people never see coming. Not all spending fades the same way. Researchers who study happiness and money have consistently found a pattern. Money spent on experiences tends to bring longer-lasting satisfaction than money spent on possessions. A trip, a concert, a dinner with old friends. Why would a fading memory outlast a car sitting in your driveway every day? Because comparison is the thief of joy, and possessions are easy to compare. Someone buys a nicer car than yours, and suddenly yours feels smaller. But nobody is out there one-upping your memory of watching the sunrise with your best friend in another country. Experiences resist comparison. They become part of your identity instead of part of your inventory. There's something else hiding underneath all of this. A lot of buying isn't really about the object at all. It's about who we're trying to become, or who we're trying to convince other people we already are. Economists call this status consumption, the idea that we often buy not for function but for signal. A luxury handbag doesn't hold more items than a regular one. It holds a message. Look at Starbucks. You're not just paying for coffee. You're paying for the 15 seconds of walking through an office holding a cup with a recognizable logo facing outward. The coffee fades from your memory in minutes. The identity boost, however small, is what people are actually buying. This is why buying things so rarely creates lasting happiness. You're trying to solve an emotional need. Belonging, identity, relief, excitement, using a tool that was never built to provide something permanent. The purchase is a flashlight. You're using it to search for something that isn't in the room. So, what actually breaks the cycle? Not never buying anything. That's not realistic, and it's not even necessary. The shift happens when you start noticing the pattern itself. When you feel that post-purchase excitement fading, and instead of chasing another purchase to refill it, you recognize what's actually happening. Your brain resetting to baseline isn't a signal that something is wrong with your life. It's just what brains do. The people who feel most at peace with money aren't the ones who buy the most, or the ones who buy the least. They're the ones who stopped expecting objects to deliver something. Objects were never designed to hold. Once you see the reset switch for what it is, you can't unsee it. Every ad, every countdown timer, every new and improved version starts to look a little different. Not evil, just built very deliberately around a switch that lives quietly inside all of us. If this changed the way you think about your last purchase, you're not alone. And you're not going to look at your shopping cart the same way again. What's something you bought expecting it to make you happy? And how long did that feeling actually last?